Hi everyone, thanks for joining me for a tour inside the ALLURE Decor design studio. We're actually standing in my dining room. Before trying my hand at designing jewelry, I was an interior decorator and I custom designed this mural of the Tuscan countryside in Italy for my dining room, complete with urns and lion head fountains, pillars, etc., you name it. But I never really used this room much. I must have thrown one dinner party and a New Year's Eve dinner, and that was it. So I decided to make it my design studio, and I thought we would start with a peek inside what was a former iron wine cabinet. And now it's home to a few of my personal Be a Star and Brooches of a Girl's Best Friend pieces. And I thought we'd start there and take a look inside. Okay. Let's open the door and see what goodies are inside. Let's see. Ah, look at that. This is one of the very first couture pieces that I ever made. Look at that beauty. It's just incredible. I loved it so much I just couldn't sell it. And next to her is a sister piece that I really loved. And next to that is a special mother-daughter set that I created for my daughter and I when we attended a charity event. It was a mother-daughter tea, and I wanted Chloe to have a spectacular Be a Star neck piece to go with mine, so I created these two, and they were my first mother-daughter set. There's another piece, child piece for Chloe. And these are two of the special and fabulous couture pieces that I created. They have a little more drama, they're larger in scale, and the pieces are rare and incredible. Look at the sparkle on that. Wow. You walk into a room wearing one of these couture pieces and all eyes are definitely on you. Wow. I decided to make one in green as well. I just found this incredible brooch and just decided she had to be a couture piece, and then I used specialty beads to just really make it pop. Here are a couple of the brooch pieces. This was the first brooch piece that I ever made, and I loved her too much, so now she's mine. And here's another special piece. Ooh, just look how they sparkle like crazy. They're definitely movement pieces, and they catch the light and they sparkle like crazy. These are the two little widowed pieces that I have left from the last installment of my collection, and they're both this magenta kind of purplish color. So they remain, and I am busy at work creating pieces for an upcoming trunk show at the beautiful Julie May Boutique in Spring Lake, New Jersey. So I will take you for a little walk around the room and let you see what I'm up to as I create the next installments to both my Be a Star and Brooches of a Girl's Best Friend collections. People always ask me when I'm making my pieces, what do I do? Do I do anything special? Where do I get the materials to make my pieces? Basically, it all starts here. Actually, we'll take a quick walk around and I'll show you what I mean. First and foremost, it all starts with these little starfish, perfectly chosen for their almost perfect symmetry. And they are just waiting in a little holding area with the Goddess of Wine here so that they can be chosen to become a beautiful Be a Star neck piece, adorned with encrusted vintage jewel pieces. I have different sizes. I have the smaller ones and the larger ones for the couture pieces. So there they wait until I'm ready. So we'll come around, and there are two things I need to get started. Well, maybe three. Besides the starfish, I need plenty of fabulous vintage beads and vintage jewels. I'm kind of just shooting this myself, so bear with me. I have trays and trays of beautiful beads. And then I have my beading trays so I can get started with the general direction of the pieces, which all are determined basically from the brooches and the vintage jewelry pieces that I find. I work with a lot of antique dealers. I'm lucky that I live close by to a number of antique emporiums where I work with dealers who are able to give me some of the most incredible vintage pieces ever. I'll show you a few that I'm just starting to work on. I have my requisite glass of white wine. I have my iPod with my music, my computer nearby, so I can peek at my site at former pieces if I need to. My daughter's vanity mirror that I've now adopted so I can try the pieces on and view them in the mirror to see how they're laying. This is a recent piece that I just made, actually. This morning I finished it in a beautiful blue color. It's hard to see. This is a piece that I'm working on. It's actually two pieces, and I will adhere that to the starfish. Here are some amazing pieces that I found that I will turn into Be a Star neck pieces. Here's a pink one that I'm working on. Sometimes I use several little vintage jewels that could be part of a pin or earrings, and I put them together to make a beautiful, magnificent cluster. And then basically the cluster that I see in the center dictates what the strands of beads should be, color-wise that is. And then I try to vary the beads, to create some visual interest, different shapes, different textures. Here's another little cluster. It's literally just 3 little pieces, part of pins and earrings, and together they will make a fantastic cluster. And then I thought I might add some seashells, which I do on occasion. Mostly all of my beads are vintage beads that are taken off necklaces, and crystals, fire polish, check crystals, the real deal. Look how they sparkle. It's incredible. Sometimes this is rose quartz. Sometimes I use all different kinds, all glass pearl beads and Swarovski crystal separators. I like to use those because they really add a nice touch of bling to all the neck pieces, which is a requirement besides the beautiful vintage clusters. It definitely has to have some bling. So here are some beads. I just use cupcake trays actually because they just make a perfect home for the beads and help me organize them in different ways and colors. These are just some matte beads that I came up with, some matte pearl beads that are just terrific. I thought that would make a nice contrast to the usually shiny pearl beads. These are some ladies in waiting. I've basically found the brooches and the vintage gems and jewels that I will use to make the pieces, and I just now have to kind of come up with some ideas for the strands. These are fantastic, these mauve cat's eye beads. So I thought, I definitely want to use them, and we'll see what I come up with. These are actually vintage little ice cream bowls, and I'm using them to house some of the many crystal and rhinestone pieces that are ready to go to be made into something special. These are the Swarovski crystal separators that I was speaking of. I like to keep them handy. And this is another tray. I don't usually make black, but I wear a lot of black myself personally, so I think I'm going to have to create a black Be a Star neck piece for myself for summer. And then I have just an interesting array of beads in like natural colors, and I know what I'm going to do with that. Ooh, look at this tray. Ooh, it's just fabulous. Look at this piece. It's so brilliant and sparkly. I mean, is that insane or what? It's just insane. But I see a lot of blue in there. So I've decided to pull the blue tones that I see in that crystal cluster, and I'm playing with the different kinds of blue beads and shapes and sizes and textures, and then here are some more. Ooh, look at this. Isn't this fabulous? Ooh, part of earring, a vintage earring set that I just had to have. It kind of resembles like a little dragonfly, I think, maybe for summer, but the color is so fantastic, the turquoise colors. Here are some of the hardware findings that I use, all sterling silver, of course. I have my 3-ring adjustable toggles that I use for the clasp with the neck pieces, and some other things that I need to complete the necklace. Here are some more beads. I try to organize the trays by color so it's easier when I'm making them. So this is obviously the blue and crystal tray. Ooh, just look how they sparkle. It's so fantastic. Oh my God. This is why I love the Czech, authentic Czech fire polished crystal. This is what makes my neck pieces sparkle like crazy. Look at that. And there's just no substitute. They're dynamite, and also they have a fabulous weight on them. You can really feel when you wear one of my pieces. You know it's the real deal. And here's another tray of just some, different colors. Ooh, here's a brooch that maybe I might perhaps make into a necklace. It's in a holding station. We'll see. There you go. So I have my work cut out for me. I have, like I mentioned, an upcoming trunk show, and I'm going to pump out about 15 Be a Star neck pieces, along with maybe 6 or so, half a dozen brooches. Brooches are a girl's best friend. This is the pièce de résistance tray. In this tray are several pieces that are so ridiculously fantastic that I'm going to make them into couture pieces. Ooh, look at that baby sparkle. She's big in scale, she's very rare, and she sparkles like it's just insane. I just love vintage jewels, and I'm just thrilled to be doing what I love and using my creativity to make beautiful signature statement neck pieces that celebrate women and put them in the spotlight they deserve. Here's another piece. This will be another couture piece. Not sure what colors I will do yet. This is so ridiculous. I may make it a bridal piece. I've started a bridal collection for the brides who want a little more glamour and sparkle, something custom and truly unique for their wedding, especially a coastal wedding. So this might have to be a bridal piece because it's, it's the clear rhinestones and crystals. Then I have some brooches here that will be turned into beautiful neck pieces. This piece is so gorgeous, I just don't think I can sell it. I think I might wear this actually to the trunk show. I don't know what I'm going to do and how I'm going to make it. I'm just going to pull the colors and just have my glass of wine, put my music on, and just see where those beads take me. But this will be spectacular when I'm wearing it next Saturday. This one I just loved when I saw it. It's got these blue and like purpley kind of crystals. It was an old vintage brooch. I ripped it apart. It's in perfect condition. So she's ready to become something fabulous. This oval is just incredible. It's all, look at how this sparkles. It's insane. And it's in pristine condition. Not one nick, not one stone missing. And it's going to be a couture piece or a brooch. Not sure. This is another piece I thought was really interesting. It has like pearls and little crystals, but see, they move. I guess they hang. This isn't the most fantastic camera, but bear with me. See, they kind of move. I thought, ooh, that could be something fantastic. Look at that. And they're ivory in color. They're not white, the pearls. So that will be interesting. And then this one I just loved. I mean, she just sparkles like crazy. Ooh, a little bit of grayish green, so I'm not sure what I'll do with the strands. Stay tuned. And then these are some other bridal. These will be bridal neck pieces, Be a Star neck pieces. They're just so fantastic. I know when I see a piece like this, I know when I'm with the antique vendors and I see a piece like this, I just start squealing because I'm so excited. I know it's going to make a fantastic neck piece. And here are some other pieces that I might turn into some BSR neck pieces. So there you have it. There's all of my trays with beads just ready to be made into some fantastic neck piece. And I will be busy at work with my glass of wine, my bead trays, and making my pieces. And I'm just thrilled that I was able to invite you in today to take a tour of my studio. And I invite you to join me at the upcoming trunk show or visit me online at www.ALLUREDECOR.com. Thanks for taking the tour with me, and I look forward to adorning you soon. Bye-bye.